Hello you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make my Italian vanilla cake. I posted a picture of this cake on my Instagram stories and so many of you guys wanted to see a video recipe. Many people make their vanilla cake with just straight up buttercream, which is delicious, but today I'm going to show you how we make it here in Italy. We make a pastry cream filling, which is going to take any vanilla cake guys to the next level. It's a beautiful, elegant, and moist cake because of its components, which you'll see in a moment, and it's perfect for any occasion. That being said, let's get started and let's make this. So we're going to start by making the star of this cake, which is the pastry cream. You'll need some egg yolks, vanilla. I like to use a vanilla bean for this, and some sugar. You want to beat these ingredients until the eggs incorporate some volume and lighten in color. At this point, you can go ahead and add the cornstarch, which is going to thicken your cream, and again, mix until everything is well combined. Okay, so we're going to move over to the stove. In a saucepan, add your whole milk along with the vanilla bean that we used before, and you want to heat this mixture over a low flame. Now, lots of recipes will tell you to temper the eggs before adding them to your milk. There's really no need to do that, guys, as long as you're adding the egg mixture to a slightly warm milk. That way, they can both come up to temperature slowly together. I like to use a whisk at first, and then when I feel the cream is starting to thicken, I like to switch to a spatula. I do this because the cream does start to thicken around the sides of the pan, as you can see, and you'll never be able to get the sides with, just a whisk. Okay, so once it has thickened, I do switch back to my whisk. That way, I get a really smooth and glossy finish. If you follow this method, guys, you will get the most shiny, smooth pastry cream. It's just perfect. Okay, so turn off your stove. This is ready. You're going to transfer this into a bowl. Take out the vanilla bean. I do like to strain this, guys. It's not necessary. However, since we did use a vanilla bean, I do like to make sure there's no bits and pieces of it in there. By the way, guys, make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying this video. And if you're new, hit subscribe. Okay, so cover this with plastic wrap, pressing it directly onto the cream. That way, the skin doesn't form, and you're going to refrigerate this for about an hour to 2. It just has to cool completely. Okay, so once it has cooled, you do want to give it a quick mix before using it. Most of the time, what happens is the cream will become quite firm sitting in the fridge, so you just want to loosen it up before you use it. Guys, this pastry cream is so delicious, simply amazing. If you've not tried pastry cream, you have to try it. As they say, it's the mother of all creams. Okay, so moving on, we're going to make the bath for our sponges. Essentially what it is, it's a simple syrup, but with a few variations and flavorings, which you'll see in a moment. I personally like to use milk instead of water. I've added the sugar, and you just want to bring this to a simmer and allow the sugar to dissolve completely. Now in Italy, we like to flavor this with some kind of alcohol. You don't have to add the alcohol, and I will talk more about this and give you alternatives as we go along, okay? Allow this to cool completely before you use it. I'm using my vanilla cake today as the base of this cake. I did 3 layers today, and I will leave a link to that video recipe, or you can check the description box. I'll leave it there as well. Soak your sponges with the syrup. Now, if you're not adding alcohol to the syrup, I would recommend you add a layer of raspberry jam or fruit. You really need something to cut that vanilla flavor. The frosting I'm using today is my stabilized personalized whipped cream recipe. The link will be in the description box. I do also want to specify that this is a refrigerated vanilla cake because of the pastry cream, the syrup, whipped cream, and it will also be the most tender vanilla cake ever due to all these components. I do a layer of frosting, a border of frosting, that way the pastry cream doesn't leak out. This is pretty self-explanatory. You want to repeat these steps for your second cake layer as well. I always like to do a crumb coat layer, put the cake in the freezer for 10 minutes, and then proceed to adding the final layer of frosting. Be generous when adding the final layer of frosting. Most of it will be scraped off anyway. Now I'd like to decorate my cakes in a very minimalistic way. The cake really shines this way and it will look so elegant. I've added some toasted almonds, blackberries, blueberries, and of course, a vanilla bean. Cutting cake, I think, is one of the most satisfying things in the entire world. Let me know if you agree. Let's take a moment to appreciate these beautiful layers and the softness, the tenderness of this cake. Flavor-wise, it's a delicate, light, delicious vanilla cream cake.